on a high level. So open up your eyes better. Why these tell me? You can join the journey, you is worthy. Just allow me, no. Kicking down your door. Bloodsuckers, I see this industry is filled with sheep. People that pretend to be something that they would never be. Oh my, I just need some little old peace of mind. The sons of kings, the ghouls, the gods. The moon, the light, the fools, the facts. My God, oh God, this is son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes, baby. I can never be controlled. Let them know. 500 helicopters driving me gunso. But they watch you just to envy. Let them see it. I'm the first to say it, now it's time you just believe it. I got too many fakes, made lots of foes. These people cold. Talk down your dreams because they know they can't come close. Don't shake no hands, they'll steal your friends. I walk alone. I see false idols, other titles. You need to grow. I've been lost your mind, but I ain't like the others no more. God, I'm learning lessons as I go. You're only wasting time. Tell the devil there's a door. Praying God is only trying to test me for the throne. My God, oh God, this is son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better.
First off, let me talk my...
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the ready.
13 yards remaining on second down.
Crack open. Red cycle.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Tua sets up to pass it. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. Jackson now off the bootleg. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they'll get this to the 3-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. Jackson now. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 39. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Looking to pass. Tua. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up the man coverage. And on that play, they held up play well.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he coughed it up. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. They're already trailing here in this 1st quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Jackson will keep it. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. It's a gain of a yard. And it's good enough for a Baltimore 1st down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 50 yards rushing for him already. A terrific 1st quarter here to begin the playoffs. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Jackson to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he stopped immediately there. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Dolphins' 23-yard line.
Now Jackson on 2nd down.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Now Jackson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And Jackson throwing once more, out to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tyrell Williams from 8 yards out, and the Ravens have regained the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Tua going to hand this one to Breida. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Forced out to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Let's go.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Here we go.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now again, left side. This is Murray. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Tua going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And some room to run now. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 34. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Another run here with Dobbins.
97 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 16, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. To throw is Jackson.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Tua now on first down.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Tua, a final shot before half. And going deep for Hill. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Troy Apke.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. They make it even bigger plays in the passing game. Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Throwing is Jackson. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Past the 20. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Once more, Murray pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Murray is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, it almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Devin Duvernay. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Ravens.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 31,
Tua.
all that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. But for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. A handoff running left is Dobbins.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
129 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They go play action with Jackson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Jackson's going to try the sneak.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
And he comes back with one complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Dobbins will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. On third down, Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Watch out for Hill on the return.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And it'll be Dolphin football.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play. Back now in Baltimore. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth.
Let's go.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Matt Breida, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taken in at the 3.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
157 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now they try to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And that's caught inside the 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Tua sets up to pass it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Now they'll run. Murray. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly, that he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Latavius Murray, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Next to score, Ravens 34, Dolphins 31.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
A short kick taken at the 18.
Kenyon's break on the return. The Ravens take over for 17 at their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has...
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins down to the 42, second down.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
A loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 10.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. It might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the spins with her ends, cause yeah, she did it. She did it.